I started NoFap around 6 months ago, and the first 2 months were very, very rough. I was relapsing a lot, and honestly, I felt pretty terrible about myself. But then 2 months in, I started a streak. I started a month streak, and I was feeling really good. I was thinking, oh, I got this. If I can just keep this streak going, if I can keep this going forever, I'll succeed. This is easy. I relapsed. And the problem was, I put everything into that streak. My idea of progress, my idea of success was all in that streak. And that's why when I failed, when I eventually did fail, I had nothing to fall back on. It's like in a video game when you're leveling up, you're getting good gear, you're feeling good about yourself, but then something stupid happens and you die. You're back to ground zero. You respawn and you have nothing. That's what I felt like. I felt like I had just restarted. I had restarted this journey that I had spent so much time and effort on, and I felt like I was making good progress in. A couple months go by, and I'm having trouble with getting a good streak again. I'm struggling with breaking out of that first stage. And I come across a video. This video gave me such a good perspective on NoFap, and it allowed me to change my mindset, a mindset that would actually lead to success. A mistake that I made that I don't want other people to make is caring too much about NoFap, is obsessing over it. I made it such a big deal, kind of like my life, the end all be all, to succeed and win on this journey. You make NoFap a more difficult journey than it should have been. You put it on this pedestal, and you start to cope because when you make it such a big part of your life, you're thinking about it every single day. You start to go down the rabbit hole, and you want to start believing in these things that it's going to somehow change your life and that this is such a big deal and it's revolutionary and it's going to boost your testosterone and it's going to allow you to get women, and you start to make it such a big deal. And I think the best thing you can do is kind of stop caring. I'm not saying stop caring about whacking off or watching ography. What I'm saying is dumb it down, simplify it. You made this whole complex equation, bro. There's always a simpler solution. Because when you care so much and when you make it such a big part of your life, it's destructive. It goes in the wrong direction. It's not actually helping you. Not only do I think you should take a step back from this community and stop obsessing and caring so much, I also think you need to start forgiving. That is what has yielded me the best results on this journey, is just forgiving myself every single time I made a mistake, every single time I relapsed. Because the mistake I made was bashing myself, was beating myself up for it. And after watching that video, I realized that I was thinking about NoFap all the wrong way. I was bashing myself and beating myself up for something because I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to have this perfect streak. And I thought of myself as a failure every time I did make a mistake. The problem with that is that it just causes you to make more mistakes. It causes you to fail more. It's a negative feedback loop. You want the positive reinforcement because when you do make a mistake, when you do mess up, if you just forgive yourself, if you give yourself a chance, then you can actually learn from that mistake. You can move on and grow and improve. It makes no sense to tear yourself apart because of one mistake. The last mistake that I made that a lot of other people I think are doing is counting the days. When YouTubers say don't count the streak, don't count the days, like do not count the days. Because when you do, your idea of progress gets messed up. You start to think that your only success on this journey is through your streak. So every single day you don't do it in a row, that is you succeeding. But when you fail, you're back to day zero. And in your mind, you feel like you've completely failed and you're back to square one. You're starting over again. And that's not how it works. That's not how, it's not some linear thing and then you just go back to the very beginning when you make one mistake. That's what I thought for so long, just to keep the streak going, get the streak, get the 100-day streak, 1,000-day streak, and then I'll be free from it. You have to realize you're not going to be 100% free unless you are some special case where you can just quit, you just never do it again. Most of us, it's hard to stay away from it. And when your whole idea of progress lies within this streak, it makes you go backwards. It requires perfection, and perfection is not something in our human nature. You're going to make mistakes, and you have to accept that. Let me try to put this into perspective. If you had an 1,000-day streak, but you put everything into the streak and your whole idea of progress was based on that day count, when you failed, those 1,000 days wouldn't have mattered. That one L, that one mistake took away 1,000 wins.